Coming up on Citrus TV News, voting continues today as Syracuse University elects new student leadership. Citrus TV reporter Katie Lane is live with how you can help decide the future of SU.
And University Union announces the lineup for SU's block party. Find out who will take the stage in 2 weeks at the Carrier Dome and how you can get tickets.
And former Shoppingtown Mall business owners are speaking out. What they are saying about the future of the local mall that owes millions back in taxes. Citrus TV News starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
It's election season here on campus. Polls are open for the 63rd session of Syracuse University Student Association. I'm Claudia Bellofatto.
And I'm No Eagle. Students can vote now for future SA leaders like president and vice president.
New details tonight. Citrus TV reporter Katie Lane is live in studio to show us the different ways students can vote this year and why candidates are pushing for more people to vote. Katie?
Thank you, Claudia. According to the candidates, the Student Association is hoping to have at least 30% of the student population vote in this year's election. Over the past 2 days, I've spoken with the presidential and vice presidential candidates to find out exactly how students can vote for their SA representatives. Poor voter turnout last year is causing SA leaders to push more students to vote in this year's election. Presidential hopeful Jalen Nash said only 12% of students voted in the 2018 SA election.
This organization that's supposedly governing the entire student body is really only representative of 12% of the student body, and I think that's an inherent problem. So just knowing to vote in the first place is huge.
Candidates Mcaneny and Samia Sayed said voting is so simple, students can use their laptops and even their smartphones.
The polls are open this week on My Slice. Under Student Services, there's a little tab that says Vote Now. So if you go in there, there's like a section for president, vice president, presidential candidates, comptroller, assembly representatives, depending on what school you're in, and then referendums. There are 3 of the referendums. So if you go on there, vote on My Slice until Thursday night at 11:59 p.m.
11:59 sharp.
Polling stations are located around campus to promote the elections and to help students who may be confused with the voting process.
There are voting booths at...
They're polling stations.
Polling stations at Shine, Bookstore, I think also People's Place is a polling place.
It's essentially someone sitting at a polling table with a computer ready for students to log in.
Katie, so you spoke with some of these candidates about what they plan to do if they are elected. Explain some of those campaigns for us.
Okay, so the first candidate we heard from was Jalen Nash. Unfortunately, his counterpart Raymond Perez could not make the interview, but their campaign focuses on making SU a home. They want to make sure that students feel safe and empowered to use their voices. They also want to facilitate communication between students and faculty and unite the school as a whole.
That's really cool.
And the second set of candidates, Mcaneny and Samia Sayed, are focusing on financial accessibility. They're afraid that many students don't have enough money to afford the essentials like food, books, and other school supplies. So they're trying to ensure that students can be provided work-study opportunities to pay for those essentials. And Ryan Golden and Kaylee Vick, the third set of candidates we heard from, are focusing on inclusion of people from all different backgrounds, whether that be gender, religion, race, ethnicity. So they're also looking to reform the ways sexual assault can be reported, prevented, and taught on campus.
It's all a little different, but clear ideals.
All important issues. It'll be a tough decision. Katie, thank you so much. And new details today about the rise in tuition for SU students returning next year. For current freshmen returning next, it will cost around $71,000. That's an increase of nearly $2,000. Room and board rates for all students will increase by between 2 and 2.5%. The increase comes as SU plans to commit $280 million toward financial aid, the largest ever for the school. And for future SU students hoping to see Jim Boeheim coach, it looks like you're in luck. The 74-year-old head coach says he has no plans to retire. Boeheim had initially agreed to retire at the end of the 2018 season, but Syracuse extended his contract indefinitely. Boeheim has been the head coach at Syracuse University for 43 years.
All right, let's take a look at our first weather. Citrus TV weather anchor Jenna Babyak joins us now from Walnut Park. And Jenna, we tend to throw you outside every week, and honestly, this might be one of the nicer days yet. So have you gotten any color in the sun?
Thanks, guys. Now, with the block party tickets going on sale today, I, for one, am getting very excited about Mayfest, which will be right here in Walnut Park in just 3 weeks. Although it's a little hard to visualize that right now with the current conditions we're seeing. Currently, it is 43 degrees and partly sunny. It's a bit windy. Winds are blowing at 14 miles per hour. And if you're among the early risers out there, you probably noticed those snow flurries this morning. Luckily, they did not return for the rest of the day. It was a little chillier this morning. Real feel was in the 30s. Students were bundled up walking around today. I know none of us were too thrilled about this considering how warm it was the past few days. But I'll let you know what the rest of the week looks like in my full weather forecast coming up later in the show. Thanks, guys. Back to you in studio.
All right, Jenna, thanks so much. Governor Cuomo is calling for flags at half-staff at New York State buildings to honor American soldiers killed this week in Afghanistan. The 3 American kills include 2 Marines from the state of New York, Corporal Robert Hendricks of Long Island, and Staff Sergeant Christopher Slutman of the Bronx died in combat this Monday.
City of Oswego Mayor Billy Barlow is offering seasonal positions to those who were let go from a number of Friendly's restaurants in Onondaga County. The restaurant chains closed unexpectedly earlier this week, and Barlow says the seasonal positions will help the former employees earn a paycheck until they find long-term jobs. And while you should always be careful, you might want to be extra careful about using your electronic devices while driving this week. The Syracuse Police Department is participating in the 2019 New York State Governor's Distracted Driving Enforcement Period. From tomorrow until next Monday, violations involving using cellular phones and other electronic devices that are not hands-free could result in fines up to $450.
And new details back on campus. Students are getting excited for Block Party and Mayfest. University Union announced the lineup for Block Party last night. Tickets went on sale this afternoon, but it wasn't all smooth selling.
That's right. Joining us in studio are Syracuse Unpeeled correspondents Kerri Mcaneny and Liam Crowley. Kerri, we'll start with you. I tried to get myself a ticket, but it took a little too long. I gave up, I got to admit.
Come on, patience.
Well, definitely patience is a virtue because most people did end up getting their tickets, but it was a bit of a deja vu. After last year's ticket trouble, University Union officials decided to try something different this year. Students all across Syracuse University's campus eagerly awaited the chance to get seats to the Block Party concert, which went on sale to the student body at noon today. Just over a week ago, UU and the Carrier Dome box office sent out an email walking students through how they can purchase their tickets. Last year, students had to go through Ticketmaster directly and enter their SUID, but due to technical issues on Ticketmaster's site, they had to push back the sale time 5 hours. This year, students could only get tickets through their MyCuse account, the same site that students can get season passes to football and basketball. Even with the changes to the process, some students still had trouble, from getting thrown out of line to having to wait up to a half hour to make their purchases. If you were lucky enough to get a ticket today, you can pick them up at gate end starting next Wednesday.
All right, so once you've got the tickets, and I luckily waited it out, was patient, and I stuck with it. Maybe you're a super fan of Khalid, which I'm a big fan of Khalid. Maybe you just want to go to have a good time. So Liam, what are some of the best bops from the artists that we're going to hear?
Absolutely. We got a really good lineup this year. This year's Block Party performers are Khalid, Rico Nasty, and Kenny Beats. Nasty is a rap artist who has yet to attain headliner status. Nonetheless, she has quickly become a staple of major festivals such as Coachella and South by Southwest. I would describe her style as a mesh of Cardi B and 6ix9ine. Many of her hits were produced by Kenny Beats, who will also be at Block Party this year. While Beats' discography may not boast familiar tracks, he has been renowned by Rolling Stone as the rap game's best studio therapist and by Pitchfork as hip-hop's production's prodigal son. Now let's talk about the artist everyone has been buzzing about, Khalid. The American teen is a 5-time Grammy nominee and was Billboard's 2018 Top New Artist. He has recorded tracks for popular films such as Love, Simon and Black Panther. I regard Khalid as the poster child for the hip-hop R&B genre, and he is a perfect artist to headline for an audience of young, dumb, broke college kids.
So you just inserted all the lyrics into that right there.
I mean,
that's impressive.
I had to reference
that was very
his
impressive.
top song.
Liam, Kerri, thanks so much for coming on. You can still purchase available tickets through MyCuse account website. Floor tickets are $25. General admission are $20 for students with an SUID.
And coming up on Citrus TV, the operator of a limousine company is set to be arraigned today. We'll let you know what charges he's facing.
And what New York City authorities are ordering as well about some New Yorkers to do in the wake of the new measles outbreak. We'll be right back.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver. The one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV Newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News. Your campus news leader.
Welcome back. The Onondaga County Supreme Court is ordering Shoppingtown Mall to pay up the nearly $10 million it owes in taxes by April 22nd.
CitrusTV reporter Zach Lang tells us how one business decided to leave the mall and its financial struggles behind.
Big-name stores like Sears and Macy's have left open spaces in Shoppingtown Mall for years, but now local businesses are beginning to follow suit. The owners of the latest shop to cut ties with the mall are more than happy with their new location.
Oh, we love it. It's everything the mall wasn't.
Joey DiNatale and his brother Dino moved Shoppingtown Barber to Manlius Center Road less than 2 weeks ago. Joey says the old space simply was not good for business.
They don't turn the lights on in the evening. It looks like it's a dungeon. They don't clean it. They don't maintain the floors. There's bird droppings everywhere. I mean, it's a wreck. It's a disaster.
As other businesses left the mall, Shoppingtown Barber struggled to get new customers.
When the mall was thriving and people were coming there, we had plenty of people walking by and seeing us. As it declined, it was all our loyal customers.
And those loyal customers followed Dino and Joey to Fremont Plaza. Vince Costello has been coming to Shoppingtown Barber for over 25 years, which was before the brothers even bought the business from their uncle.
Just came in, the first time I've been here. So, yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, they did a good job.
As for Shoppingtown Mall, Shoppingtown Barber won't be the last business to pick up and move.
I know that there are other places leaving. They have talked to me prior to us actually vacating. I think they have to take a look around at what's going on and kind of face the reality of the mall's end game.
Zach Lang, CitrusTV News.
The next court hearing for the case involving Shoppingtown's taxes is set for next Monday.
And new details on a public health emergency in the New York City area. Mayor Bill de Blasio declared a public health emergency in the wake of one of the largest measles outbreaks in the city's history.
The emergency covers most of the Brooklyn neighborhoods of Williamsburg and Borough Park. The mayor is now ordering all residents in this area to be vaccinated or to pay a fine.
Measles was declared extinct from the United States back in 2000, but has made a speedy recovery in the New York City area.
Plus, in the Capital District, the operator of the limousine company involved in last October's deadly crash appeared in court today. That crash killed 20 people in Schoharie.
Nauman Hussein, who faces 20 counts of criminally negligent homicide and manslaughter. State police say the limousine had safety issues and should not have been on the road at all. The crash was the deadliest motor vehicle accident in the United States since 2009.
And the Department of Justice is putting a stop to an alleged $1.2 billion Medicare scam. The DOJ says the alleged scam involving giving patients unnecessary orthopedic braces and telling them that Medicare would cover the cost.
Authorities say Medicare reimbursed the medical equipment for companies for the braces, and the patients received kickbacks. 24 people, including doctors and medical equipment companies, are facing charges. President Trump is congratulating Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on his re-elected victory from abroad, Air Force One.
Since Trump took office, he has supported Netanyahu on foreign policy goals, some of those goals including moving the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem and recently declaring the Iranian Revolutionary Corps a terrorist organization.
Netanyahu is set to win a 5th term as Prime Minister, and this is a new record in Israel. Hey Jenna, what's going on and what's coming up in our first weather forecast?
Thanks, Noah. Now, can we expect some more April showers? Well, I'll let you know when we come back. Stay tuned.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
And welcome back. Jenna Babyak is here with us now in studio. I think me and Noah are happy the snow is gone for good, knock on wood.
Yeah.
But we did see some rain today. What can we expect for the rest of the week?
Yeah, so luckily, I mean, there's not going to be a ton of rain. We might see a few showers here and there. No torrential downpours, though. But let's take a look at our future right now. Now, currently it is 43 degrees, but looking at our future radar, we're not going to see any precipitation coming in at all. This is our future radar for tonight. It's going to be pretty clear. Luckily, nothing to prepare for. Now, let's look at some current temperatures in the area. Now, we're seeing pretty consistent throughout, mid 40s, some even low high 30s, but no rain in this entire area, as you can see. Partly sunny skies throughout. Now let's plan your day for tomorrow. It's going to be pretty clear throughout the day, and then as we're moving into the evening, we're going to see a couple passing showers. So that's something you're going to want to prepare for if you're going out for class, you have late classes. You're going to want to make sure you bring an umbrella or a raincoat because it's going to be raining later on, but during the day it's going to be all right. And now let's look at your 5-day forecast. Now, as you can see, some afternoon rain on Friday and some afternoon rain also on Sunday. But other than that, it's going to be a pretty mild, warm week, not too much to be prepared for. And it's cooled down in Syracuse, but I hear it's getting hot on the field. Jonathan, what's hopping in sports?
That's right, Jenna. It's getting very hot, particularly in the Carrier Dome. The men's lacrosse team has turned a corner. They hosted Cornell. Now, last night in a top 10 showdown, it was a big one. We'll tell you exactly what you need to know from the game right after this.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Welcome back. I'm Jonathon Hoppe. Last year, SU's season ended in the Carrier Dome, a first-round loss to Cornell. This week, the Orange had a chance to get some revenge, and they had the chance to put last year behind them and prove to the entire nation that they're here to stay. A Tuesday night showdown in the Dome between two in-state rivals. Syracuse coming off a win over another in-state rival last week on the road at Hobart. And Stephen Rafis is going to open up the scoring as he wraps around the goal, and he's really been turning it on lately. No chance for the goalie to stop that one. 1-0, and that's just 5 minutes into this game. A slow start offensively, but Rafis gets it going again. Back-to-back goals for him to start the game. Cornell would respond, though, after trailing. They get this a little bit closer here, 4-2. Clark Peterson gets it inside to John Piatelli, 34th of the year. That's pretty impressive. But how about this goal? You want to talk about impressive? Nate Solomon, how did he do that? He put it over his back, wasn't even looking at the cage. A highlight play. That was actually number one on SportsCenter. SU up 5-2. Later on, Brad Voigt gets his second of the day. He'd go on to finish with a hat trick. 10-5 SU. 7:20 left in the third quarter. Later in the third, that's when this one was decided. Rafis, 11-5. Syracuse has the lead at the end of the third. They go on to win this one 13-8. The big matchup was Jeff Teat, Nick Mellon. It lived up to the hype, and Syracuse was on the better end of it.
We wanted to make their offense watch as much as we could, and they did. And then when they did get a couple opportunities, I thought our defense got some good stops. I thought Nick Mellon did a tremendous job on Teat tonight. And then when they did find some opportunities, Drake was big for us once again.
I mean, scouting him, it's tough because he's so versatile and he can do so much. But I've had the chance to go against him twice last year, and not today. So, a couple things that I was planning on doing was just kind of staying in his gloves the whole game, taking away what he's good at. I know he's a lefty, and he's going to go left more times than not. So you got to shade that side whenever he's about to dodge, and we knew that they were going to set picks for him all night, which they did, and that the communication kind of helped out with that problem.
Big win for Syracuse, certainly. Also, some big news for Tri-State hockey fans. Both the Devils and Rangers had luck on their side last night. The Blue Shirts will pick second in this summer's NHL draft. They had the 6th best odds to win that spot. They came up one short, but I'll say they'll take it. Meanwhile, the Devils jumped over everybody for the top spot. They had just an 11% chance of winning. The draft is set for late June in Vancouver. The Islanders have bigger and better things to worry about this spring. They're in the playoffs for the first time in 3 years. Their journey to the Stanley Cup starts tonight. They'll battle the Pittsburgh Penguins in the first round. Game 2 is set for Friday, followed by Game 3 on Sunday. The teams split their regular season meetings. 2 of the 4 games, though, went to a shootout, so safe to say this should be a good one. Both the Mets and Yankees in action tonight. The Mets host the Twins at Citi Field. A rough start for them at home. The Mets are just 1-3 at Citi Field this season. At 6-4, though, they're just a game out of first place, and that's today's edition of a way too early check of the standings. The Yankees sit at 5-6, take on the Astros tonight in Houston. Bombers hoping to avoid the sweep, but guys, you know, you really can't put much stock into baseball. However, some people say April baseball is a bigger deal than you think.
Really? Who are those people?
I saw it on Twitter last night. The stats say that the April start is crucial for a deep October run.
Interesting.
Don't say that. I'm a Red Sox fan.
Oh, there you go. Look, you missed basketball. Big night in the NBA tonight. Last games of the season across the league. Dwayne Wade is playing in his final game against the Brooklyn Nets at home in Brooklyn. LeBron James, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, all going to be courtside. I mean, that's a big game.
Well, you know what? You say we missed it, but we didn't really miss it because when you talk about the local teams here in New York, there's really not too much to report.
Right.
Nationally, it is a big deal, but locally, when you talk about the Nets and the Knicks, it's really not the time of year that you see them in the headlines.
Sure, man. Whatever you say. Thanks so much, Jonathan.
Thanks so much. Coming up after the break, see a rare look at a universal treasure. We'll be right back.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid. A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close. I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us. But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words. These are not my words. These are not my words.
Welcome back to Citrus TV. We've got weather anchor Jenna Babyak back here with us for one final look at the weather. So will Mother Nature decide, okay, I want it to be warm or snow again?
I think it's going to be warm. I really don't think it's going to snow again. Just looking at the next few days, it's just some rain. It's going to be pretty warm, like mid-60s. I think it's going to be a good one.
Great news. Glad to have you with us, Jenna, as always.
Thank you, Jenna. And the picture we're about to show you comes from a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Scientists from around the world got this stunning photo of a black hole 55 million light years away.
Scientist Katie Bauman took the first photo of a black hole, and it purportedly took 8 radio telescopes from around the globe. The photo is the product of several years of work from the Event Horizon telescope. That's really cool.
I didn't really see a black hole, though. It looked like a lot of light to me.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really think you can see a black hole. That's why it's a black hole. You can't see it in space.
All right, scientific term.
That's all the time we have anyway for Citrus TV News tonight. I'm Noah Eagle.
And I'm Claudia Bellofatto. Have a good night, Syracuse.